Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. Now in today's video we're going to be looking at this. It's the RBR B6. It's basically a brushed electronics package. Got a receiver, transmitter, we've got a battery in here, an ESC, etc. Now I was basically on Banggood the other day and I was having a mooch around and these came up on like one of those group buys for 20 quid basically, which is about $26. I thought at the time it's an absolute bargain, because if ever you need a cheap receiver or transmitter, or say the electronics go down in an RC, a brushed RC, you can replace it all basically with this. Or if you've got a project, all the electronics bar in the motor and the servo are basically included in one box. So I thought, you know what, for 20 quid we'll buy it, see what it's like. So that's pretty much what today's video is going to be about. It's got a 6-channel receiver, but I think it's like, when it says 6-channel, it's like 4 plus 2. So we've got 4 sort of main channels, if you like, and then 2 I think are auxiliary, and they work in conjunction with one of the other 2 channels. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get it out of the box, have a look what you get, because I think these are an absolute bargain, to be honest. But we're going to get it out, have a look, and see what we get. Right then, in the kit we get an 1800 milliamp hour lithium ion battery with a Dean's plug on it. We've got a set of instructions. We've got a battery charger. Now this battery charger actually charges, and I'll come to this in a minute, but it charges the actual battery the kit comes with and the battery that lives in the bottom of the transmitter. We get a little box. Now I'll get my scissors, open it up. Now in here you should have an ESC of some description, I think. Yeah. So we've got a little brushed ESC. It says 160 amp. I think that's peak power. I think continuous is something like 40 approximately. There's nothing else in there. We've got the actual transmitter itself, and in the bottom of our transmitter lives the battery for the actual transmitter handset and our little 6-channel receiver. Now the transmitter itself feels quite a reasonable unit in the hand. We've got a little thumb attachment here so we can control it one-handed. We've got like a channel 4 button on the pistol grip here, along with a channel 3 button as well. Now on the top we've got various dials. I'm not 100% sure what they do at the moment, but we've got steering and throttle reverse switches. I'm presuming some of these knobs here are for our steering, possibly dual rate and throttle dual rate. And then we've got 2 knobs here that for channel 5 and channel 6. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure what they do at the moment. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I will get a battery charged up for the bottom of the transmitter. I'll get another battery charged for the ESC. And I think what we'll do, we'll try some of these various functions. It does look as though actually you can charge the actual transmitter or the transmitter battery via a plug, but that might be an optional extra because it doesn't come in the pack. But like I say, it seems to be quite comprehensive. But anyway, we'll get everything charged up, everything connected, everything bound, and then we'll have a look at some of these functions. Now to bind the receiver to the transmitter, it really couldn't be simpler. We insert that little bind loop into the channel 6. We plug in our ESC to channel 2. Turn on the AC so we've got power. We get a little green flashing light on the receiver itself, and basically we pull the throttle in on the transmitter and turn it on, and it automatically binds. I mean, you can see it's bound now because every time I use the throttle, a little light flashes on the ESC. So binding is dead straightforward on this. Right, I've just plugged a 550 motor in and a little servo, and I can indeed confirm to you that these sets of dials here, that's channel 1, that's channel 2. Channel 1, we've got a steering servo adjustment here for the trim. We've also got a steering dual rate with this dial down here, and basically the same for the throttle, channel 2. Basically a throttle dual rate and a throttle trim as well. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I think we can unplug this bind plug now. I'm going to try plugging in something into the channel 3 and something into the channel 4, see what happens. Right then, I've basically gone and swapped the steering servo from channel 1 to channel 3, and if I press the channel 3 button on the transmitter, it basically moves the servo. So we could actually use our channel 3 for a gear change, if you like, or something like that, or to move another servo of some description. What I'm interested in, because channel 4 seems to have 3 different positions, so I'll go ahead and try and plug in the servo into channel 4 and see what happens. Okay, so the steering servo is in channel 4, and that's interesting because we've got like an incremental control. So if I move the slider on the transmitter, we can actually incrementally move the servo on the channel 4 slider here. So position 1, position 2. So that's interesting. I'm not 100% sure what you use it for, but yeah, I suppose you could use it for some type of gear change. Perhaps if the gear change throw needed to be possibly a little bit less than full 90-degree rotation, but that's channel 4. I wonder what else you could control with that. Anyway, let's have a look at channel 5 and 6, shall we? Okay, I've gone ahead and plugged some lights into this now. I've tried these little lights, these little LEDs in channels 5 and 6, and they basically stay on permanent as they do in channel 3 and 4. But I've got a little strobe light here. I think it's attached to channel 4, and if I use the channel 4 button on the transmitter, I can actually cycle through the different strobe effects. So that would work on channel 3 as well, I'm guessing. So there we go. I'm going to try possibly, because I don't know what these dials at the top here, if it says channel 5 and channel 6 do. So I'll try plugging something in and giving these dials a wiggle, see if I can get anything to happen. So that's interesting. I've plugged the steering servo into channel 6, and if I rotate the little knob there, I get proportional control of the servo, and I'm presuming that will be the same in channel 5 as well. So that's basically all 6 channels. So far I'm quite impressed with the functionality of this thing, considering it was so cheap. I mean, 20 quid or $26 is absolutely nothing for what you get. Like I say, if you're after a 6-channel receiver and transmitter with an ESC and a battery and everything for a project, I don't think you could go far wrong, to be honest. It does have a few safety features. It's got a throttle lock, which I haven't looked at yet, and I believe it's got a low battery warning as well, beeps at you. But so far, like I say, I think this thing's a winner. Okay, what did we think of the RBR B6 brushed electronics kit? Well, to be honest, I can't see many downsides. I mean, it's at a bargain price. I do believe actually it's gone up to the proper price of about 35 quid. But even so, still for 35 quid, you'd still get an awful lot for your money. The only thing I didn't like was I thought the instructions were a bit naff. But considering you get the transmitter, the receiver, get a little battery charger, a big battery to power it with. You got the battery for obviously for the transmitter and a 160 amp brushed ESC. To be honest, I don't think you go far wrong. Like I say, if you've got a little project, or even if you've got a brushed RC and something goes wrong and you need to replace the electronics, I don't think you could go far wrong. As ever, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get one from. I think I've got a bit of a promo code for these as well, so I'll stick the promo code in with the description, and you might be able to get some money off. But to be honest, at that money, I will wholeheartedly recommend this. As ever, if you found this video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button for more similar future content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you again very soon.